listeners. You are listening to the sound of victory because I am Liss Victory and you are here for That Broadcast. We are talking about art and activism, in this case, the art of the jam, which would be when artists come together, when musicians come together, and they make noise that is appealing to one's ears, that seems to fit together. And my guests today are all people who I have jammed with and had a really great experience with in the future. And if you guys want to introduce yourselves, that would be a great way to start. Jeremy?
I'm Jeremy Caywood, local musician, rock and roll music. I don't know how else to respond to that.
Rock and roll, rock and roll. Hey, what's up? I'm Sarah Halter. I'm the frontman, founder, guitarist, and lead singer of the band Blue Clutch. And I'm happy to be here today. Love you all. Rock and roll, like Jeremy Caywood said. That broadcast.
I'm Nick Graybeal. I'm a regular member of the house band at Mr. Smalls, and I play with Jeremy Caywood as well. And I just play solo music all around Pittsburgh. I'm a Millvale resident. I love this place.
Ooh, Millvale resident, represent.
All right, Millvale.
So I started integrating the jam session into my shows because I wanted to be as physically interactive with my guitar as possible as a musician. Because rehearsal and practice make all the difference when you're making music and becoming more technically advanced at your craft. So when I started inviting people on to jam, I did it with a sense of intimidation because I don't do it much. I'm not really trained in the technical craft of making music. There is a little bit, so I'm sure that while this is happening, we might use terms that go over your head. It's all about the learning process, though. So part of this is about documenting my ongoing journey to learn how to play music with other people. And it's sort of an excuse to play my guitar, and it ended up being this whole new thing that's really excited. So before the show even started, we were tuning to each other, which I'd like to do a little demonstration of. What's it mean to tune to each other? What would you guys say?
I would say give me an A.
That's great. That's a great place to start. So the A string, second string on the guitar. And Jeremy just goes off. So notice how the tunes, they sync together and they sound correct together. Now there are keys and other things that I'm still exploring. But when we all play that A string together, it sounds right. If it's out of tune, it's going to wobble. It's going to go bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo, and things are going to sound chaotic. But we all kind of tune to each other already, so to save you the pain of having to deal with that live.
I guess part of jamming is the fact that you're going to go out of tune and there's going to be part of that live. So, so we can only do as best we can from the beginning.
Things will
right?
get chaotic, but we're going to make it look smooth. That's another part of being a performer.
We might have to check tunings and adjust as we go, so that's another thing that might happen during this. Like for me, like I'm always checking my lower string. I'm always checking whether it's like E string or if I'm playing in drop D, I'm always checking my D string. So yeah.
I thought it was also very interesting that when we did the sound check to make sure the levels were good coming through the PA, Jeremy started with an E minor. I watched him, and I started to play E minor, and then I watched Sarah, she started to play E minor, and then Nick picked it up too. So keys are when different notes and different chords sound good together, as opposed to sounding strange together. So E doesn't sound quite right together, right? Yeah, a little dissonant. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to avoid dissonance for you so as to save you the pain and play together. So where do you guys think we should start?
It's a good, comfortable key for everyone. I mean, I don't know, like
We
were feeling the E
E
minor
from the get-go.
Yeah, E minor is all. Yeah, I guess that works. E minor or E major? That's the question now. Here, getting like really deep into the musical spectrum.
So I guess from my point of view, whenever you get into the jam and you start getting super specific on whether it's major or minor, you're talking about a huge difference that some people don't all know what the difference is. So I know a lot of music, but anytime somebody says E major, I always forget what my sharps or flats are. So I'm going into the jam with a lack of confidence.
Yes.
Damn, that's serious.
So
It's
yeah,
super
it's
serious.
something
just
to
got
know,
deep.
What chords, what notes you're gonna play. So it's a big decision. It might not mean that much, but it's a big decision still.
And I don't know keys, so that doesn't help me at all.
Let's try a E. Let's just try a E, G, C, D. Something,
Yeah, let's
something.
do that. We'll start in E major. Yeah, E major. Yeah.
I like E, G, D, C.
E, G, D, C.
E,
Yeah, we'll
E minor, G, D, C, or E major? See, that's where it gets all
Major.
complicated.
major. Okay, we'll go with that one. Let's just start. Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm really good at laying a foundation rhythm, so I feel like that's kind of where I'll go.
I know which way I'm going. I said, which way you going? I took the sunlight and put it in a bottle so that I could see tonight. It's amazing how it goes like. I'll go and try to have my own breath. Here's one to your own breath. So every time I get into a jam with some person, we always get into the chord progression. It's like, where does it go next? Right, nobody ever knows where to take it next because I think musicians always find it interesting to take the lead. But everybody wants to lead, right? I don't know, these are thoughts on jams.
I just want to play rhythm the whole time.
You just want to play rhythm the whole time? Yeah?
It's really hard for me to get out of the rhythm. It's really hard for me to figure out where to go next with the chords because I don't know keys. So like, what fits with this particular progression? I don't know. Because I need to just sit down and memorize keys, I think. So usually what I'll do is I'll vary my rhythms and
that always comes with jamming is just like when you stop.
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I'm gonna go into something different. Yeah, or you should. Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you,
we
everyone.
should try something different this
Let's
time.
play in a
where-
different key. Let's switch it up a bit.
How about this? How about let's not even discuss the key.
Let's just start playing.
Let's
Yeah,
figure out
start
a mood.
playing.
Let's
A lot
let's
of
figure out a mood.
times, yeah, there's not a discussion that goes on. The people just get together and somebody starts to play and then they start to play off of each other. So you don't necessarily need to know keys or need to say, hey, play an E major. Or the good thing is to tune to each other. That's important. But you don't need to know, that that's an E for it to come together with the rest of the group.
Yeah, let's just start playing.
So, how do you guys feel?
I feel great. How do you feel, Nick?
I'm feeling good about that. Yeah.
Once again, this is That Broadcast. I am Liss Victory. This is Jeremy Caywood, Sarah Halter, and Nick Graybeal.
I'm gonna put my guitar in drop D just for the hell of it.
Well, that's intimidating. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with that.
Oh, it's not that. You'll be. It's
Part of this
just
is
for
the
my.
challenge, though.
It's for my purposes. Y'all can do that if you want, but this is for me.
Also, if you notice, if we look at each other's hands, we have an idea of what the other person's doing depending on our familiarity with the fretboard. So Jeremy told me what chords he was playing, which helped me play chords along with him. Also, watching where his hand is based on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can figure out when his hand changes, and then I can adjust what I'm playing based on that.
I'm kind of just playing off by ear. I'm doing some lead, real rhythmic proggy parts, which is what I like.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm in like another Coheed and Cambria tribute show right now. It's
Yeah. I was kind of going off the rhythm there. It was cool, like this right here.
everything you tell.
That was just kind of going off them, you know? I was going off like different sections. I was doing this other rip. I like to add like different rips at the beginning, like. It's also in the same key. the same key, but just, add a little rhythm variety.
It could be like Taking Back Sunday, though. She said down. So it's always interesting, like when you're not used to like playing per se music with each other, because I mean we've all worked together in some form or facet, but like it's cool to like be on stage and like we're kind of like allowing each other to just feel each other's approach to it. So there were like those few little harmonic things that were occurring like between you and Nick as you're playing leads, and the rhythmic differences between Liss and I while we're still holding down rhythm, and then being able to swap, do a little bit of lead things and have that chord structure underneath you. So like I guess how many musicians are in the room? Any musicians in the room?
Yeah, who plays music?
A little hand up in the air. There's one,
Jonathan,
there's two,
all right.
there's three, there's four. There's a few people I know that play music in this room.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure everybody's going to have a different approach to it, obviously, but your mindset comes to how do I not step on the other person's toes and yet allow it to flesh out?
Yeah, even at the same rate, there's a certain level of, there's a lot of, we were talking about sour notes, I call them sour notes, I think just dissonance is what it's called.
Accidentals.
Yeah.
Some would call them accidentals.
Accidentals. But maybe it's
A little bit of
sometimes,
distance sometimes is nice.
sometimes it's a happy accident, right? I approach playing lead personally as just, try to feel out as much as I can. Every now and again I'll get those accidents.
And then there's also other times that it just becomes a cacophony of noise and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's for sure. There it came back. I don't even know where we are.
I think I'm playing A,
It's B-A-E.
B, G, E. What is it?
B-A-E.
B, A, E. Okay, that's B, A, E then.
Fancy gallery. Brian Crawford birthday. Podcast celebration.
Won't you join me?
So it does seem like loud and cacophonous at sometimes, like there's too many strings.
It does sometimes feel that way, doesn't it? Well, there's also 4 acoustic guitars up here.
Yeah,
Often when you
that's
jam,
crazy.
you've got like a full
Yeah,
like
it can be
band. You
crazy.
got a drummer
Yeah,
who's like.
sometimes it's loud.
Yeah, a drummer would help a lot to keep timing. I feel like we're doing okay with timing.
We're doing alright. Yeah, we're only doing it together.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It said 6:45, so we might be done. Depends on Birthday Boy. Where is Birthday Boy?
Well, if it's Birthday Boy's decision, we have a song for the Birthday
Yeah,
Boy.
what's up? We have a song for the Birthday Boy?
Yeah.
Are we 6:45? It is 6:45. Okay.
Let's do a quick one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Brian Panther.
Happy birthday, dear Brian. Crawford, up over the appreciates. Happy birthday to you.
And many more podcasts.
That was brilliant. Good job, Jeremy. It
It's
sounds.
one of those songs that you just kind of have to learn, and it's.
I do
really
not know that
bad.
song.
It's G.
I mean, I know it with my mouth.
We just fit right into that like harmony. I liked what happened.
See, that's part of
vocal
jamming,
harmony
right?
was
That's part of
killer.
jamming. So sometimes part of jamming is having the songs already written and other people coming in and saying, "Oh, this sounds familiar," or "Oh, I have no idea," and
Yes.
having to find your way. Is that
Accurate.
our time?
I think we can do one more
One more
jam.
quick one. Yeah,
Let's
one
do,
more
let's do
quick
another
one.
quick one
Yeah,
if you
one more
want.
quick one. Yeah. You down?
Do-
Everybody
do-
down?
Yeah, I love the vocal harmony.
Me.
So what do we want to do for our
A
last
minor.
our
Oh, yeah,
last
that's
jam?
a good idea. That's a very good idea.
What?
Everybody's familiar with that key. A minor, Nick's suggestion.
I'm not familiar with any keys, man. Okay. Sure. So A minor, C,
A minor, C,
G, and F. So those all fit into the A minor key. So theoretically, I could play any of those notes at any time and it would fit the
Yes.
chords. Okay, that's the concept of the key, for those of you who don't know. Like myself, only barely knows.
So, Liss, when's your next broadcast?
Every Thursday morning, 10 to 11.
Every Thursday morning, 10 to 11. Make sure you tune in to River's Edge.
Check out that broadcast. It's awesome.
out
It's a good time.
Don't you have a show tonight?
Yeah.
What is it?
I have a show tonight at Bluefield Bridge Tavern. I personally want to say thank you, representing myself, Jeremy Caywood, as a member of that broadcast for this evening, and representing Brian Crawford's amazing existence as well. Thank you, Mark Kanza. And signing off.
Thank you, Panza Gallery. Thank you for having us. And Sarah Halter again, guitarist, lead singer, founder of Blue Clutch, progressive metal band. Check us out if you haven't. Had an amazing time jamming everybody as representative from that band. And happy birthday, Brian.
Thanks, guys, for coming on with me. I know that was a little weird, or I feel like it was a little weird, but I think part of why it's a little weird is because this is like one of the first times that we've done this, especially with this many people. Like, I've jammed one-on-one. I think maybe I've had 2 people jam with me, so a total of 3, but four strings is interesting too.
Fun.
So this is totally a first. I also think it's interesting that there are ways you can end the song that give the signal to other people that the song is over. Like if there's just a pause and then it's like, oh, okay, the song's over. It's like a signal to everybody else. So the more you do it, the better you get. That's the concept behind music in general, I think, or actually everything. I feel like learning to play an instrument is comparable to kind of putting it off to anything else in your life. And everybody has deserted me, so I feel like I should probably get off stage. Once again, I am Liss Victory. That's Liss Victory. I do have some merch and stuff if you're interested, like t-shirts and stickers, and I think 1 button. And joining me on stage today was Sarah Halter from Blue Clutch, Jeremy Caywood from the band with no name, and Nick Graybeal, a newest stalwart to the Pittsburgh music scene. And remember to choose bravery, choose love, and mwah, peace, everyone. Thank you.